Actually, my name is Hai Lu, and the KVS system original they developed for injury prevention, and the people have injury when they go to physical therapy. They during their process of recovery, that their range of motion have limitation, and they put regardless how much the therapist work with the patient, they cannot even, they don't have a feeling of what's going on with how their body turn. So they developed this the KVS, and then recently the TPI took over, and they see that it's really efficient for golf swing. So they use the technology for the PGA, LPGA level. Right now, I would say it's 99.9% of all PGA and LPGA tour players. They work with KVS almost every day, because that it's not they want to make better, but they want to prevent the injury. Because a lot of golf swing that the longer you play, potential that you create injury. And that's the main problem for the young golf player. You can play shoot par, but then you keep doing that, there's the wrong motion, eventually you create injury. So hopefully that in this seminar, we learn how to prevent this before that you play golf and then you come to Aaron because you have injury. You want to come to Aaron because you want to improve physical fitness. That's the main thing. You don't want to change the club every year. You need to change your body every day. And that's what the KVS will tell you. A lot of people play golf 10, 20 years. They think they play golf good, but then, they say, why I have my back hurt every time I play, or my knee, because of this will tell you right away. So I need a volunteer. One of you. You want to do a volunteer? I mean, either way, if you don't, I will pick anyways.
Okay, Michael, let me give you your...
You have your club?
Yeah.
And you have a golf glove?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and grab it. Sorry.
Right. Okay, Michael, just stand up here and then hold the glove on the side. Put the take the glove here. Take it home like this. Stand up straight. Then put it down to relax. We have to just calibrate them so it's set. It's back to the 0 degree. All right, now set up. Ready, set, go. Report, you will see the green and red. So red is not good, green is good. So we want to go detail into the number, but I need like one more, Michael. Hold on. Okay. Ready, set, go. One more.
Well, your club face was a lot more square on that one, with the computer reading on the True Golf.
Good. Okay, one more. Ready, set, go. Same. Okay, that's good. Okay. The K-Vest, they actually capture three, that you see the sensor right on his hand, the pelvis and his torso. So they capture three main rotation in the golf swing with your hand, your pelvis, and then your shoulder turn. So that's capture it. And the first capture that they capture is your alignment to the target. So a lot of golf, when they are dressed, they either have the shoulder actually open to the target, or sometimes they close to the target. Or the same thing with your pelvis. Sometimes you open, sometimes you close. So they tell you this is your pelvic turn, and it's your chest alignment at the target. His alignment at his chest at the target is good. That means that he not close or open. It's right on the range of the PGA. Below here you see the number right here. That's the PGA average level. So he's actually at the alignment. His pelvis is a little bit close to the target. Okay, so they tell you that. And then the second capture is the, how the posture at the address, that how your shoulder and pelvic turn, bend at the address. So some people have there you see the S posture. Some people too much here. Some people have a C posture. You have to be at the same level. And then some people have stand up too high or too low. You have to be about 45 degree at the address. So in his case, his pelvis is good. Your pelvis, you are neutral pelvis. That means that you are not stick up or tuck in too much. You are right at the pelvis. That's a good sign. But then your shoulder, your chest, actually you stand up too high. You're too high here. So a bit here. This is only 23 degree. So if you stand right here, you have 0 degree. You do here, that's what he about 23, a little bit more. So it average two players about 35 to 45 at the band, at the address. And here, the third one tell you the pelvis position at the top. That means now you're at rest. And then now you turn. This is the top, right? You have no rotation at all. That means you are under rotation. Your pelvis is a little bit more turn. You have no rotation at all. Okay, so you have limited range of motion at the pelvis at the top.
It's separated from your hips.
Okay, so you need a bit with more turn,
And that's important with for developing torque, a coil, something to give you to change direction with harder.
And the same thing at your chest, you have no rotation at all. It's the average about, especially you are young, so I need about 90 degree, 90, 95 degree of rotation at the top. You are only 66. That means that you don't turn too much. So you have limited of both. Restriction, you have under rotation of the pelvic turn and also under rotation of pelvic. You need to turn more, both.
And he'll show you a computer model and put you in that position too.
That's it. That you have a couple of things. One is the pelvic rotation at the top, and then the shoulder rotation at the top. You have no rotation at all. Okay. And then at the address, you need to be a bit more bent forward. You're not like to stand up too high. Okay. Okay. Now this is one of the most important in golf. They call it kinetic sequence. That means that at the address, at the top, before you transition from the top to the impact, you have to start out from the lower end first, right? Yeah. So bump your hip first and turn your hip. Try to separate. This one don't keep. The longer you keep here, the better. A lot of amateur, the thing they do, they just start right away. It's over the top. So you keep this one longer here, but separate here. You see, separate here, and then go down, and then turn. So hip, the shoulder, and then hand. So in this case, see the correct sequence is hip, shoulder, and hand. But then your hip and the shoulder at the same time. That means that when you at the top, when you go down, you do together. Together. It's no good. You have no separation.
And even if your other numbers aren't perfect at the beginning, we definitely want to get the transition, because that's your consistency. When you have the correct order of movement in your body, then your body can be more consistent.
And that's why this one give you why the two players all the time in the fairway. People sometimes is hook or slide, and sometimes it's not consistent. And we want to be more consistent.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ty. I think that, like I said, John will tell you too, that if you know what you're looking for, that's what we're all trying to find, right? Where are we supposed to be? Well, with the technology, whether it's track stuff or K-Vest, so you can kind of know where you should be and then try to work with that. And it's more important about finding the feel, right? And then trying to practice that.
And everybody's going to get out of this a little something different. Some students want to go all the way to be tour players, and I know I probably mentioned this at the beginning. But some just want to get more optimal ranges and more consistency, and how to work better with a fitness trainer, or it gives you a sense that you need to actually go work with one to strengthen these muscles to be able to do these movements, and injury prevention too, in case you're trying to force something.
Okay. So basically, we have a couple of things we need to work on.
Can we give them a little, show the class the
and then the good thing about the K-Vest system is, after we know what our problem is, and then they actually have a specific exercise to correct the problem right away. So I pick one of the problem we have right now is, one of the problem, here two problems right now is under rotation of the pelvis at the top and under rotation of the shoulder at the top. So we do this. Okay, right here. Okay, now go back there and we do some exercise to correct. When you turn at the top, you will hear the tone, and you see the red will turn green. That means that you are in the correct turn position, right? So that's a twist. Now slowly move, very slowly, take away, slowly, turn, not too much. Right, put it down.
And this is for your hip area, the pelvis area.
Only remember that you will work, this exercise is only for your hip. So at the top, you just turn more, just focus on the hip turn. Turn your hip. Okay, yep, a more rep. You see that this number, that tail hip position, actually on the report we see him about 23. That means he not turn at all. So with this he can turn more. But you see, he put at the top, we put the wrong pressure.
On the leg.
Yeah.
So when you're doing this, try to keep balanced, and then feel a little bit of pressure on the inside of your right leg. So if you feel like you have to move left to help it make it easier, so you're on your left leg.
At the top, you have to put look at this. This is at the top, you have to put the weight on the right leg, not the left. The top you do here is wrong.
Yeah.
So the top is here. And then you have to feel the pressure here at the top. So at the top, you turn. See that?
Yeah.
You feel here. And then you still turn, but you put pressure here. How if you press the pressure on the left, no way that at the impact, what you do, a lot of golfers do, they do like this. Right? So that's why they try to lift it. Because you put the pressure here, now what you're going to do, you have to do here. So now the right way, you have to put the pressure here. All right? And then push it. So at the impact, it's about 80% pressure on the left. So you do the opposite. better now, see? You feel the, I want to see the pressure inside at the top. Turn. See
There you go. Nice.
See? Right in. Go. 2 more.
So with this matched up to that body plate or the body track.
Yes, it's perfect. Alright, that now you complete the first exercise for the pelvic turn. Now we do the second exercise to give you more range of motion on your shoulder. So I like you to knee down.
Yeah, kneel down and you're gonna like do a golf swing from your knees.
Okay, I need about put your glove right here on the side. Put your glove.
Yeah, cross your arms on your
Cross
chest and
the-
you can put the club on your shoulder.
Put the club across your shoulder. No. Put
Like
on the side.
level with your shoulders.
Level of your shoulder.
Yeah, up higher. There you go.
Yeah.
You can go a little higher if you want to put them in your
Hold it.
thumbs. Yeah, hold it up with your thumbs. Like hook it. There you go. I think you got it there.
Okay. Now I need you to turn on the way. A little. No. Your head, your face have to be stay like this. Now you do like this. Hold it this, right? Now turn. Yeah. More. See, you have no rotation at all. So a little bit more. Look, turn more. Crank back to the target. So you could try to crank more. So try to back, just face to the target there. Your face, your head is stay here. Don't turn your head. Right, look at the ball. Yeah, right there. Turn.
You can even go more if you can. There you go.
When you turn like that, you hold there for 3 seconds.
Okay.
Because the more you do, you create a muscle memory. So you hold it, so you feel, and then back. And then don't let too much. You hold for 3 seconds, wear the tone ring, and then go back. Hold. Hold. Now it's one more. See, before you can see him about 66-degree turn. Now it's about 10 more degree. Just only 5-minute training. What happened? You do like 5 hours a day.
You want to show them how the K-Vest can help them find the position
Yeah,
at
let's for
impact?
example, one of let's say he have rotation here. Okay, I put you on exercise right now and try to.
So you click on the train mode.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay, this one pelvic turn at the top. Okay, now Jack, right? Michael, I'm sorry. Okay, get the dress, and now try to take away slowly. Now, actually, this exercise train you restrict actually more rotation of your hip, right? So you try to turn more at here.
They just get so you can see the demonstration for the video. All right, go ahead.
Just take away slowly. Yeah. We'll go back. Go.
So he's got 5 more to go.
Yeah, 6 more.
Shoulders too, or no?
No,
You can
only the
keep doing
pelvis.
it. You
Yeah.
can keep doing it. You got 6 more to go.
But actually, when we turn it on, we can see it here. You can see he
What's the
not.
range for the shoulder?
Yeah, he not turn. He not turn. Go ahead, turn it. You will see this one. His limitation of shoulder turn. You see, have to be about 90, but he's only 70, and then he. when you hear the ringtone, you just hold for 3 seconds. That will teach your muscle memory, you know. Still.
Yeah. So keep adjusting until you get yourself in the green, then hold it for 3. Keep going. There you go. And then we'll do one at impact, and then he'll be all done. To show him what the
No
hits at
question
impact.
right
Yeah, I
here.
want to sing them together.
Now can give you, now we put together.
Yeah.
Now your hip and your shoulder turn at the top. Go ahead and do it. See, now he over rotate hip.
Yeah.
Now hip is okay. Now turn, hold your hip right there. Now crank back to the target. Turn more back. Hold for 3 seconds. Hold it. Good.
Looks a lot better.
See that?
Yeah, I like the top and the bottom.
Right, yeah. So now go. Crank more. Don't turn hip. Hip is okay. Just crank more back. Hold it.
You can even go
Hold
lower
it.
back because you're cutting it close. Yeah.
Don't turn your hip. Your hip is enough. Turn your shoulder.
Yeah. Keep turning your shoulders. Keep
See how
turning.
the shoulder-
And let us know if you can't turn anymore too, so you don't get hurt.
That's what I think that's enough because
Yeah.
now we know what the problem.
Yeah.
You know, now we need to go do exercise.
So another 10, 12 degrees on the average of shoulder turn.
Most of what you covered is in the backswing, you know, because that's where you got the vest. What does it show you as far as coming through?
They tell you everything here too. For example, the coming to, for example, an impact. Actually, he have a very good impact on his pelvis. So the reason I cover because he had a limitation of the backswing. So I mentioned more. But then he also have something good out of him. That means that because of he have a limitation of rotation, now at the impact he have more open at the hip. At the impact hip, he actually 63 at open. You know, that actually is more than what we need. We just need about 40, 45 at impact. But because he have limitation of rotation, then he can turn this one more, right? But when he do like this, he have no speed at all. Because you have like from here, you turn here, too much. So it's a good or bad. Good is he can be able to turn the hip here, but then it's too much. So it's not, that's the good thing about it's not, if you are too good, if you are over rotation, it's not good. But under rotation, also not good. So now we have to be in the range so that you can give more power. Okay. Now you try to crank more, okay. But make sure that you feel the pressure inside here. Okay. Okay. Crank more both. Ready, set, go. See the more stronger now.
Yeah. Good job. You might break his screen if you get any stronger.
Yeah,
there.
don't hold it.
See that?
Yeah, come over here, Bob. Check it out.
See, actually, you have flexible enough to really turn it. Before, remember, you're only 23. After 5 minutes, you're 54.
Yeah.
That means you are easy to adapt because you don't have the conscious. Now you know that you need to crank more. But then, good news is your body allows you to do it. Some, folks they know, but they spend 10 hours still cannot crank because there's no way they can turn like this. So that's good news that he know what the problem and then he can do it. Some people know but can't. You have to go see Aaron.
That's right.
You're looking at, how old are you?
12.
Yeah, you're looking at a 12-year-old. Kids can adapt really a lot quicker. So for the typical
See the good, and so see that right here?
Mhm.
Before your shoulder turn only 66. Now you are in the PGA rank, it's 84. Only 5 minutes. You're from 66 under rotation, now you are at 84 rotation. So it's just a matter of conscious. Golf is about awareness. If you are aware of what your body turn or rotation, then you can adapt it very quickly. And young is very quick. To put them the right number, go do so. I'm happy that John actually and Aaron really in the South. You guys go and do Google it. None in the whole Northeast area that the PGA coach can do what we try to do in South New Jersey. Nobody doing it. You know, they do traditional way. That's why I take kids 4 or 5 years to, you know, you don't have to spend $70,000 go to golf academy in Florida. While here we have more education better in New Jersey, and then we have this way technology will be better. And then you can play indoor. With the fly scope, you know, when they hit the fly scope, they tell you all your golf swing speed, all kind of stuff, the club speed, you know, the ball speed, everything. I want to add on something that's, if you're really aware, recently you see a lot of the kids, 14 years old, 13 years old, play at the master level. You know why? The name of the game, traditionally, it took professional athletics 10,000 hours to become a master. Tiger Woods also attacked in 10 years. 10,000 hour equivalent to 10 years of hard training. That meant she took 8 hours a day for 10 years. And the reason that a lot of professionals that took that 10 years, they're working the traditional way, just, you know, the way it looks. But these days, if you look in very closely, LPGA level, Lucy Lee, 11 years old. And guess what? You know who is he training? Jim McCann. And guess what Jim McCann do? Exactly what we are doing right now. If you go to Jim McCann website and look at what exactly, that's what my kid, I have 12 and 14, girl. Same thing, you know, how the PGA level, top 50 PGA coach, what exactly that they can teach. Why you pay them, you know, Jim McCann, guess what? $2,000, you know, for a couple of hours. And the same thing that he do, he not better than John. The only thing he have is he have this computer. And the number don't lie. So they put Lucy Liu on there, and you know, for a very short time, instead of we spend 10 years, you spend 2-3 years. And the kid from 7 years old, 10 years already play LPGA or PGA level right away. And you see a lot of kids right now, they go to Florida training with a top pro. Exactly in the academy, it's David Lee better. They're all using K-Vest, the fly scope, to really work on it. That's all they do. You know, actually they make their job better. Instead of they have to hold the hand, now they put you on K-Vest with high speed training. Now they can see anything. Okay, take 5 minutes to exactly what's wrong. Now go to business, go to TBI, you know, do exactly what your body is. So that we create, with this technology, the kid now is, you know, take 2-3 years, you can be a better golfer right away. And the good news, you play at the elite level with no injury, because your body turned the right way.
Is this going to be still advantageous to do it in January or February where you can't get out and practice?
That's what you know. You think about even tour player. They spend 8 hours, 6 hours actually inside. You know, inside they spend an hour at the gym, and then they go out here and do K-Vet and really do here. But you know, they tell you exactly what the problem is.
It's better because if you did this, per se, in May or June, now you're thinking about your swing, you're thinking about all the stuff right on the golf course trying to play. So you do it these 3 months, 4 months, and you're popping up, and that's what I was saying, you're going to have a lot more enjoyment in the season. You'll be healthier, more flexible, injury prevention, but you're, in a sense, like,
more money.
especially capitalizing, going from a 17 to 12, you're going to cash in.
Okay. Stay focused. Good. Now, ready. Ready. Set. Go.
That was a good hit.
Okay. Same thing. Yeah, so like right now the way we do, we know that she have very good turn. Now she have to aware of. I will put her on an exercise right now. That means that at the top level, we tell her, don't worry about the hip at all. I bet you she not turn anything. They still allow 40 because she so much. She automatic because that's natural. That's why when you train with a young girl, it's easy. They natural already there. You just have to tell them, hey, you got it. You just keep it. Don't change. So now I put her on an exercise right now with the pelvic turn at the top. Pelvic position at the top is 93. That means she's so much flexible. So at the top, she can turn 90.
Yeah.
You know, it's here, it's 30 or 45. She can turn all the way here. This is 90. Not too much. You know, it's about we need to get her down all the way down to
47
40.
degrees less.
With her right now, it's a 45, 50 is good because she's too young and that machine is too much flexible. Same thing, I like this one. The same thing at the top is a 109, which is actually, she have a very good rotation. You know, she can turn like this, 109. You know, same thing with Rory McIlroy. He turned right now, his shoulder turn is 108. You know, but the average tour player is about 80, 85. 90, that's the most. But then because he can turn a lot, so he can hit 300 yards.
So the trick would be to keep that same rotation with 46 degrees less hips, and now you're building what's called the X factor, the torque. So your upper body turning more than your hips. You use that tension to change direction for more speed and consistency in the whole sequence. That helps the sequence.
Okay, now just take your address. Okay, don't worry about your hip at all. Just worry about your shoulder. So at the top, just take away one piece. Take away. Turn your shoulder. You see that? Don't worry about your hip. Your hip just keep right there. Turn your shoulder. Turn shoulder a little bit more.
So while you keep your hips still, keep turning your shoulders.
Don't turn your hip. Just keep your hip like that, right? Put it down. Back to normal. You see that she not turned. It's already 38. Yeah. That's good. Now I bet you can turn up. You can do 38, maybe 20. You cannot turn. Okay, now go ahead. Take away. Take top swing and hold it. Hold it right there. Good. Down. Okay. Go. We have 6 more. Yeah. Go. Take away. No turn hip at all. About 3 seconds and go down. So that's why the reason I tell you hold 3 seconds, so you know that your body, that is the limit. Don't continue. Okay, so
and just so you're not confused, that you don't think that's the length of your swing, that's the length of your hip turn, your pelvis. So you still want to turn your back and your shoulders more. Yeah. So we'll keep that in the green while you try to make a bigger turn. So then we don't lose 40 yards of distance while you're trying to fix your hips.
Okay, go ahead, go.
So keep turning your shoulders.
Turn your shoulder more.
Keep turning as much as you can without hurting yourself. There you go.
Now she see that the more she
put your hips back where you were.
The more hip rotate. So that's why you need to keep and
still while you turn your back. So go back to the beginning, and then so go ahead and turn back, and keep turning your shoulders. Keep turning your shoulders. How much am I going to let her more? Okay, now keep your hips here. Now turn your back more. Then keep turning your back this way. This way.
Yup.
Put your hands higher.
She's so flexible. She can do it.
Feel that. That's where your hips need to stay.
Okay, one more. Ready? Set. Go. Okay, That's one.
So when you do indoor instruction with this, you'll get to see the direct relationship with the head and how it affects the shot, and what you need to fix. Even if we're not even talking K-Vest at that point, you can have instant feedback.
Ready, set, go. Set, go. Yep, good data. All right. All right. On the line. All right, Steve, you want to hear your results? Oh, actually, you want to see it? Okay. Same problem. You over-rotate your pelvis at the top. Too much rotation at the top is 75. You know, the range PGA is about 40, 45. And then same thing. Your shoulder at the top is under rotate. That compare with your pelvis. So actually, at 98, I think that's good. I would keep that, but then restrict your hip. So, but normally, if you try to restrict your hip, and I bet you're not going to be 98 because you get 98 because you are over rotate. That gives you so that's why it's fraud reading. When you do on the video. When I look on the video, you have a very good turn, but that's the fault reading because you think you have a very good turn, but the reason you get that because you over rotate. But if you do the correct way, you try to restrict, and can you do that or not? That is a different story. Okay, that's the problem. Good news, actually he's flexible.
Right.
No way people can turn. You turn what? The pelvic, you turn 75 turn. That's good. But that's too good.
Too much.
That's too much.
So you have ability.
Yeah. Also, see, also your trail hip is see on your trail hip is high at the top. That means you potential create a reverse previous. That means that at the top you are too high.
And that's on our side. He's lefty, so you do it the other way around.
Yeah. Yeah, that's too high. That's why. Yeah, that's why. Because you sway, right? That's why you sway. Right there, yeah. So if you turn, you have to keep this one at the same level, and then the turn in, but you turn out. Don't turn out. If you turn out, then it's high. The main thing about the sequence, if you do that right, that's why people not consistent. If you create a sequence every time you hit like I would say 5, 6 times and 1, 2, 3. I bet you hit a lot of either you draw or you hook. But then if the way like this. Next day you see you hook, next day you see you slide. It's not consistent. People, if they do the same sequence and maybe they hook on a time, that's fine. And then we know we can fix them with the hook problem. That's where PGA involved with the hook. But now, no way that he can teach you because one day you hook, one day you right.
Yeah, left, right.
Yeah. Not consistent because sequence off. You have no hip movement at all. That means the hip movement very little. You have to turn more. Okay, but and then the problem right now, the sequence, you opt the sequence. That means that you start out transition is good. That means when you start out, you start do the hip, but then hand and the chest together. You together.
So you start off okay, and then through impact.
So you want hips, chest.
The hip is
What was the shoulder?
Shoulder is 98.
Okay.
You do act factor, but 98 minus 75. He's only
20, yeah, what does he have?
20.
Yeah. And what's the gap that you want to have? About 40, you said?
The two players, actually two players about 70.
So you're getting basically
20 to 90.
Yes, two
I
players.
got that. So he's like this, right? So when he turns, if this is exactly the same, we're 90, 90 or 80, 80, whatever number it is. So what do you want to be, Todd?
That
90.
one had to be about, I would say, for him, I would say about 45. 45, yeah.
So it's like I said, that's where these guys get, that's where all these players get a lot of power from.
And that also, that's what the problem now, without the KVS, a lot of coach also have the fault reading on the camera. They see, wow, the student very good, you turn everything, but that's the fault reading. you are over rotate. You know, and then they always complain with the coach. He say, you know, I look at my mirror, I turn everything good, I turn everything, but then that's wrong.
Yeah, your sense of timing, your transitions, it's just too hard to.
And let me see your sequence.
Pretty interesting information. I would say for the older dog, you know, you want to be able to. It's probably more about the flexibility to start, you know, especially through your core strength. But making sure that your muscles fire in a proper sequence is really important too. So, you know, like I said, it is hips and shoulders rotation. So very, very important for the sequence of muscles. And core strength is 90% of all your motion comes from your core. So,
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for coming out. If you want to hang out and have any questions for Ty, or if you want to take a tour of the facility with Aaron so you can see what he offers, whether you're ready for now or in the future, it's up to you. But I really appreciate you coming out and helping us get this launched. It's our first go at it.
Neutral.
Ready, set, go.
And do you want him to keep hitting, Ty, or do you want to take a range of 3 or 2?
Yeah, a couple more. And I explained it. Ready, set, go. Very much same data.
So this is Ty Lu. He's going to explain the K-Vest and its importance to, like I said, not just higher level golf, but how it can relate to the average golfer as well.
Hi, my name is Ty Lu, and K-Vest is a really sophisticated, sensor that can capture on range of motion. That start from actually the K-Vest they originally developed for the physical therapy. For the people who have the injury, and then when they go to therapists, they want to start to recover their range of motion. So this is been do many years research about how to capture all the motion in the body turn, body movement. And then the TPI took over recently and applied to golf professional. These days, 99% of the PGA, LPGA player, they're all familiar with K-Vest, because that really open eyes of exactly how you turn, how you address all kind of range of motion. Technically, original PGA like John before, we using the slow motion video to capture. That's only 2D dimension, but here actually 3D. They can tell it all rotation that the video cannot see. They have several checkpoints. The first is the alignment, so they going to tell how to align to the target. A lot of people, alignment, they actually a little bit more open to the target, or some people have alignment, they a little bit more close to the target. But this alignment tells you exactly how you attach to the target. That's where you have to be, most likely in the range of the alignment. And then the second, in this case, actually, Eric has, he have about -4 degrees close at the alignment address. He have a very good at the shoulder. That means that he in the range of the alignment. He not open or he not close too much at the address. So he's right in the, and that's why you see that it turned green. If a red, that means that there need work to be done. And the second, talk about the posture at the address. So, and the two things that they capture is one is your pelvis and one is your chest, your torso. And a pelvis. Okay, same thing. There's a way to do it. They want the pelvis that they address it, the neutral pelvis. Some people are too much, some people stick it too much. And some people want art that you create the S posture. Eventually 80% of amateur play golf, they have a problem with the back problem because that they stick too much, they put too much pressure right here. That's no good. So that's what they have, the injury. Okay, and that's called that when we do it, we know exactly why you get injury, why you have knee injury, like Tiger Woods. He stretched too much, injury right here. And then some people have back injury. And that's what I said. So in this case, Eric have a little bit too odd. So it really stick a little bit out. So you have to keep it in the neutral pelvis, okay? At the posture at the address. Now they're talking about the pelvis position at the top. That means you have your address right here. Now you turn to the top, especially the young player on LPGA, they have issue with flexibility. I mean, older people you don't worry about. They really want to overturn, but the young player, you know, they have too much flexible. They turn too much. They turn, you know, the pelvis, they turn too much at the top. And the same thing with their shoulder, they turn too much. So, you know, actually, turn is good, but not too much. Because if you do that one, you over-rotate it, and it's very hard to get back at the impact, right? So he actually, 79, you know, overturned at 79 degree, that overturned the PGA range is only 45. At here, you only turn about 45, and your shoulder is about 90, okay? But in this case, he do, you know, a little bit almost double, overturn too much. I mean, you have too much flexibility. Now it's in the golf, they call it the X factor. It's very important that, you know, people always complain is why I don't have a distance, because that the range of motion is that create the X factor. In this case, the average PGA is about 60, 65. But in this case, his shoulder turns only 84. That means that he not that turn more. The professional PGA, they turn about 100. Like Tiger Woods is at 110. All the way shoulder turn here. But Tiger Woods is about 25 of the pelvis. So he really not turn the pelvis, but his shoulder all the way here. That they create a coil. You know, you can, the more like a coil towards the core. So that means you're not turning the hip, but the upper you turn more, and then when you at the impact you release them. So more force.
What was his shoulder turn? You said 84?
84, yeah. So he have a range of motion is the opposite.
What was your hip?
The hip is 79. Hip normally is about, I would say it's about 40. 40, that's a good 40, and the shoulder, I would rather, for him, kind of still young, I would rather about 90, 95. At least the shoulder turn.
So you need more shoulder, less hip.
Yeah.
And also, your trail hip is too high at the top. The same thing. And he have too much flexibility, and that's what happening with a younger golfer. This is a trail hip right here for the hand play for the right hand player. So when the trail hip you at the top, some people really stick up this one too high. Okay, and that create the revert pelvis. You over right here too much. That's not a good idea. So at the address, you know, we hold like this. Then at the top, we just keep this one only for this one point out, but not this one. So it's actually opposite. A lot of amateur, they do always opposite. Amateur have this one. When they're at the top, they have the flat shoulder turn. That means this one is not down, but this one is like this. Okay, that's one problem with the amateur. Second, this one is stick up. The professional, this one is go down, but this one is keep the same, not go up. So the professional, this one is turned out, but we keep this. The trail hip is the same. Okay, so he a little bit almost double.
I was gonna say 31 degrees
Yeah.
on that one.
Like Johnny is only two degree different, so it's not that much. But because he have too much flexibility over the pelvis, so he turn too much. That's the reason that caused the trail hip and potential. Actually, this is really 1 or 2 degrees, no problem. But this is a way much. You know, it create the real
Right.
previous.
But how much could you help with him as far as just getting him in neutral spine to start?
Yeah, the good thing about the K-Vest is right. Any problem we have right here, we have exercise to correct it right away.
Yeah.
So I bet that with this system, within half hour to 45 minutes, you get a lot out of this right away. Because right now, this golf is about the fueling and make the conscious. Sometimes you do it like you have no idea what our problem. Now he know, okay, now he know that I have a problem with overturn my pelvis. So he already conscious that when he do it, just try to keep more up here, not here, right? So with couple of exercise, you're gonna get better.
That's too much.
Still too much.
I don't even move my
You
hips.
don't move the hip at all because you are so much flexible. Yep.
Okay.
Now see that?
Now you're in the
Right
green.
there. Yep.
Killing me.
Right there.
Okay.
See that?
Yeah.
Because you are so much flexible, you don't, in your mind, you don't have to worry about the hip. You just worry about your shoulder. Your shoulder,
Okay.
that's what you have to worry. Don't worry about the hip turn, just worry about the shoulder turn.
Yeah.
And the hip automatic, 40 already, right there.
Kill my core.
Yeah, sure.
Don't move anything, just move your shoulder on the way. Back to the target. Back to the target. Back
Yeah.
your shoulder
Yeah.
to the target.
Okay. That's bad.
Yeah. You feel it.
Yeah, I do.
You feel it. Don't think it's feel it.
Yeah.
Get back to the target.
Okay.
And that's why the TPI get involved, because I bet you he's not working on his app. Your core down here is not that strong, and that's why it allow you to turn. But if you have more muscle here, there's no way you can turn. They're automatic. Keep this one, not like this.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a command sequence that tell you this the sequence, and actually that at the transition, Eric have his hand is too fast. His hand is more than the hip. He not transition. He start out from the hip, and the torso, and then hand. But you have your hand is too fast. Then your one is the hip turn,
Okay.
and 2 is the shoulder. So you have to start down the hip bump first, and then shoulder,
Yeah.
and then hip, this one. But the good news is you have the big sequence at the imbalance. You have the problem with the separation.
More hips, less shoulders, right?
Yeah, you can see the graphic right here.
So as far as his kinematic chain, what do you see on that? You said his hands are quicker than.
Yeah, at the peak sequence, he's okay. He's a 1, 2, 3. At the impact, he right, but then the transition, his hand is start first.
So does the hip stop, the hands go, or?
Right, the hips. That's why he have no. Why? That's the problem, because if you are over rotate here,
Yeah.
there's no way you can get back here
Yeah.
in
So
time.
he's working twice as hard to get back.
Yeah, in time, no way. If you do it only 25 degree, you can right here right away.
Yeah.
And they more prefer at impacts. This one I would prefer, for him, I would prefer about 40, 45 open at impact.
Does it show the open position after? Or?
Yes, they do too. So, good news and the bad news. His speed of the rotation is over the average, over the PGA average. That means he's fast.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people that they have very slow. They turn very slow. But the bad news is his hand start up first, but actually slower down.
So
It's
he's-
not continue
So he's slowing down a little bit.
on the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the hand is average about 1600. So actually that your torso actually in the range. It's not that, it's the same, really in the range about the PGA, about 720 per second
Okay.
rotation, but your hand a little bit slower.
Continue to work on your beginning posture,
Yeah.
right? Find your-
Exactly. Here. Here you have no open at impact at all. Only 2 degrees at open. See, normally, see that they require 35 to 50 degree open.
Yeah.
Open, that means that when impact, you have no,
Yeah, they're right.
yeah, so you impact, you just like this.
Yeah.
You know, most likely this. You
Okay.
use your hand, but you don't use your hip.
Exactly.
All right,
Right.
show him like the mock impact drill. See
Okay.
if he likes. Now go back over to the mat there so you can see it. But show him what we work on to get you to open up. So I want to put him in a range so he can kind of memorize feel of where he needs to pass through. So he really stretch the whole left rear out to get it to clear it.
Right.
And then so okay. So I just wanted to show him what you're working on to
And
get through
also
that.
in the TPA, they have one exercise they call close the gap. That means that you can I just use this one first. It's gonna close the gap exercise. So it's here, you address, and then you turn this one first, okay, and then go down. Right? Yeah. It's close. So you address, close the gap. Okay, turn this one first, and then go down.
And that'll help you with your
That
sequence.
help you to actually, at the transition, make sure this one turn, you bump it and turn.
So bump and turn.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then, so at the drop, this one more. I want to see this one more here at the impact, and then go down.
Sorry, does that show how much lateral motion?
Like, actually, you know what? To answer your question, the the KVET, they have a 6 sensor right now that they show you the sway
Yeah.
on the lateral motion. The 6 sensor, but good thing about it, we have KVET and we have the video. Remember, video it can give a 2 dimension,
Yeah.
so that you can do with the V1, software, we can see the lateral motion easily. They have 3 sensors. One is the hand sensor, second is the pelvic sensor, and the third is the torso sensor. That's basically only 3. That 3 movement on the golf swing. That's why they want to capture. Get up and address.
And he's already calibrated, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? Set. Go.
That's what it's supposed to do to keep your water warm. It's supposed to one occasionally to keep it at temp. But we set it really, really well. Really well. So
It's really good.
Yeah, nice.
It's not, run a little bit and see. But it's supposed to one occasionally. It's supposed to.
You want him to do a second one, Ty?
We do couple rings.
Okay, a couple more, Drew.
All right. Ready? Set. Go. Okay, one more. Okay. Ready, set, go. They start out with the KVET. They start capture with start out with the alignment first. You know, alignment, that's where you at the address how your body align with the target. You know, whether your shoulder open at the target or the close at the target, or the same thing with hip at the address. Some people a little bit here or close, but actually Drew did very good job on the alignment. So he in the range of the PGA level. That means that he's right in the target line. Okay, that's a good sign. And then the second capture is the pelvic posture at the address. That means that they tell you how your body stand. Your posture at the address, your body is either more C level or the S level or the neutral level. Okay. And the posture, I talk about the pelvis and the chest. On the range, actually, Drew have actually stick his rear a little bit. You know, he actually have a S potential, have the S posture. That means that he too up out right here, and that's the problem with a lot of your younger foot because his flexibility, so he stick a little bit too much at the rear. And eventually it may cause his back injury. The average, degree is about 12 to 27 degrees, but he's about 39, so he's about 12 degrees off. So it's a little bit more at the address. It's more neutral pelvis. Okay, but his chest is good. His torso actually on the range. That means he's not stand up too high, or he's not lower too low. He's right in the range. And then the third capture is the pelvis position at the top. That means that now you are at the address. Now you take away at the top, and again it's the same thing. A lot of young golfers, you are more flexible, so you actually more over rotate at the pelvis. So the average about, the maximum that they limit is about 45 degrees. That means that you turn about 45, but he turned about 50. So it's a little bit more over rotate at the top. And then the same problem is he had the trail hip, because he over rotate, so the trail hip also is high. That create potential have the revert pelvis. That means that right here, if you at the top, if he high like this, if it stick up, guess what? Your shoulder will the potential have a revert pelvis, and that's why you create the like this potential here over the top. Because the way you do this, what you do at the impact, you do this over the top. So you have to turn here so that when impact you inside, right? So two things, it have the trail hip high and it over rotate at the pelvis. Now they're talking about the hip. Now at the top, they also talk about the torso. You actually have, limitation of the shoulder turn. That means he not turn all the way here. Normally you have to be back at the target a little bit more to create more rotation. But restrict your hip, but shoulders and more. But you are opposite. You actually over rotate and let rotation, under rotation at the top of the shoulder. So the opposite with the PGA. Let me check your sequence. One, two, three. Okay. Wow. Okay, your sequence, that means your transition from the top to the impact. You do very well. That means you start out with the low end, your hip, and then chest, and then hand. That's the transition. But at the impact, your shoulder actually first, the hip. So you can see the correct order is a 1, 2, 3. 1 is the hip first, 2 is the torso, and 3 is the hand. The good news for you is at the impact. A lot of amateur level at the impact, they don't open your pelvis, but you actually at the PGA level, which is you are 44. The average PGA from 35 to 50, you are 44. That means that at the impact, you turn your hip right here. A lot of people at amateur level, their impact, they just keep the hip here or even here, but then here, turn more to the target. That's a good sign. Your hip is a very good rotation. That the speed that you rotate from the top to the impact is actually faster than your shoulder, right? So, but the good news is his hand is excellent. Your hand is like the PJ level, which is the speed of the hand at the impact and follow through. Actually, you own the way that fast. Jack, just stand up here and then put your club on the side of this to calibrate. Okay. All right, good. All right, get your ball ready. Ready, set, go.
Jackson, how old are you?
13.
Okay.
John, most of these young guys play on the tour?
Yeah. And all of them that are with me with lessons, and all of them on the tour, actually, yeah.
Nice.
And Jackson's relatively new with me for both the tour and lessons as of, what, about 2 months? 3 months?
You start playing too. You start playing in June.
Okay. Yeah, there's a baseball kid. It was his passion, and his stronger passion started taking over for golf. Or at least the way I'm reading, I might be wrong, but it. So.
Well, baseball motion is pretty close to golf.
Yeah.
Okay, Jack, go.
At least we didn't have to get him from falling on his back foot. We didn't have that problem with him.
All right, ready, set, go.
I really explain it with swing. Upright is. I would love to have that.
He was just thinking.
That's awesome.
I guess he was a senior.
That's what mine done in Georgia.
Really? Where?
Thailand.
I thought in college. I was at Georgia Southern.
Overturn.
Overturn on the pelvis?
Overturn, but his shoulder didn't turn enough.
Right.
Okay, we'll do one more, Jack. Take it easy. Relax. Focus. Ready, set, go. Yep, this is the same data I got. All right, that's good. All right, we can turn the line. We can talk about it. Okay. First data captures your alignment, and your alignment actually you actually close at the target. So your pelvis and your chest is actually close at the pelvis at the target. Okay, so it show you the red. That means that you are not in the range of the PGA level. Okay. And okay, second is the posture at the address. Actually, at 26, you are in the range. That means that you are not stand up too far or you close too low. You're in the range. So I'm sorry, the pelvis, my bad. The pelvis, that is actually that neutral pelvis. That means you are not stick your rear hard on here or you tucking it in here. You are right in the range at the address. That's a good sign. That keep your normal posture, right?
So we'll keep that.
But then I noticed right away at your address you stand too high. Okay, that means that you are the pelvis is you are neutral, but then you are too far away from here. You have to be about 40, 45. So it's about right here. So you're a little bit too here.
Right.
So he's only 19 degrees. I mean here is 0 degree, right? He's right here 19. So you have to be a little bit here. The two players about 35 to 45 bend. Okay, so you have a bit more bend, so you stay up high. And the same thing, 13-year-old kid. I ran like capture 4 times, and only 1 time that you did good, but I don't count. I seen this one is you have over rotate your pelvis at the top. Same thing, you over too much here, over rotate at the top. And the same thing, that's why a lot of kids, when you over rotate your pelvis, and guess what, your trail hip is stick high, right? And then when you over rotate here, you're high here, and guess what, you have more potential with revert pelvis. Okay, so you have to be here. You turn inside, right here, right? Not here.
Yeah, I remember seeing on your videos how you overswing at the top and go past parallel.
Here. Try to focus in here at the turn so that you in more. So turn in here, not here, right?
It's like sitting in on your hip. It's
Right.
like a crease that forms right there.
And why you think that why here? Because when you turn it here, you feel like more pressure stay inside here. A lot of kids, I see it when you turn it outside, so make sure you turn it inside. So you have over rotation.
And we'll actually have, what was it called, the body track?
Yeah,
We'll have access to that too to show the...
That's your load plate, right, Ty?
yeah.
Is it just,
The mat. The
is it
mat.
just a mat?
Yeah,
So
you
I've seen
can.
it with like, the True Golf has one that you can actually have like in the plate, like in the actual piece right here, but is
Right.
it just a mat that you have that sensors that?
Yeah, they actually, the mat that we connect to my fly stroke, and we can see the pressure where you actually, how much pressure that you stand at the address, normally 50-50,
Yeah.
and then the way he do right now, it's too much,
Yeah.
So same thing that when you over rotate your hip, guess what? Your shoulder didn't rotate. Your shoulder have a very limited rotation. It's only 84, So your X factor that's very small. You have no core at all. That means this one, you turn this one, but then his shoulder, he didn't turn. But he turned the opposite with PGA. PGA is they restriction their pelvic, but their shoulder turn very hard. That the more you turn your shoulder and the less you restrict your hip, you build more coil, right? You feel right here.
So you're gonna explode. You're gonna get
Yeah, if you restrict and you turn, you're gonna feel the 10 here. But then now you don't feel nothing, and then you stay out off balance, right? And then let's turn, and when you do that, no way you can get back in time. Okay.
Even torque on that time.
And one more last thing, and the same thing at your impact. That's the reason that when you over rotate and that impact, you didn't open your hip at the target. You are only 16 degree right here. 16 degree at impact, right? The PGA range is about 35 to 45. That means that impact, you have to open your hip here more, and then you do at impact right here, right? So have a lot of work. over rotation of the pelvis, under rotation of the torso, and off balance.
You said this motion for him is pretty new, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you can see, like, as an athlete, you say you play baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's already beat me in golf, so if I got on this thing, it would be real bad.
And like, you know, if you're athletic, get him in the right spot, make sure he's working something efficient.
Let me check the sequence for him first. Let me see how sequence you do.
Yeah, Jackson, once you come closer, you can check out the data.
See, your sequence, the same. You have no separation at all. You see, the separation is, that means that he turned the correct sequence is a 1, 2, 3. 1, that means that when you hit from the top, transition down to impact, is a hip, and then chest, and then hand. But then he had no separation. That means that at the transition, he turned the hip and the chest together.
That's probably because he's going back.
Yeah, he turned like that together.
Right,
so you have to turn, and then you have to more separate foot at this, and then go.
Yeah, he's got so much catching up to do.
One of the things I've always noticed, and I talked to some of the guys I know that have been actually semi-pro ball players.
And your hand is very slow.
The reason the pitchers are so much better at golf than the fielders is because the pitching motion, and the pitchers aren't hitters.
Right.
The pitchers are always so much better because of the sequence of pitching versus.
So Jackson, what we'll do is we'll put you in the positions that you need to feel what it feels like.
And your weight's going forward.
Right.
And then your shoulders, and then.
Ready?
Yep.
Set. Go. You see a lot of red? That's a lot of work to do. Okay, let's do a couple more. Let's do. I like this very much. Actually, I like that. Actually, that he not stick up. Actually, that
staying down. Yeah, he has.
Too much.
He was actually going down too much before, and now we're almost neutral. So that was that dipping movement we're getting out of there. So you're in the green zone on the average tour player in that setup.
Same thing.
He had a
same thing. No separation.
So he's a lot more level now. And K-Vest confirmed that, which is cool. What was that last part, Ty?
Same thing. Is again, he's flexible. You know, ultimately over rotation.
Right.
On that. Okay. Let's couple more. See. All right.
You can hit another one. Nah, you're good. You're already calibrated.
Okay. Ready. Set. Go.
There you go. Cool one. There we go. Yeah, man.
You think it's the speed?
The speed? Club speed 89.1.
What is the club speed?
89.1.
That what is 6 iron?
8.
8. Good. Same data. That means that it's consistent.
Right.
You know, it's not like off. I need one more, and then we can talk about it.
See, the nice thing is like, you know, you can continually work on things. Or like we did with Eric, we worked through problems for years. Yeah. But who wants to take years to fix a problem if you got that data right away and knock it out faster?
And the bad news, good news, you are very good with your chromatic sequence. It's a 1, 2, 3. That means that you are actually the same sequence. That means that start out with the lower, and then torso, and then hand. The bad news is your rotation, the hip, not that fast, very slow.
That's why, that's my main, our main
Yeah.
thing. I said I'm
You
limited
have
as a golf instructor to
you
help
have
them out.
your upper chest and your hand is in the RAN, in the PGA level. But your hip rotation is not that fast.
Not for nothing, it's not even just like all the young kids that are looking to be big. I mean, you bring some of the older guys in that, you know, want to go out there and hit balls all the time. If you can get them from hitting less balls on the mats and get them more efficient, the same thing.
Yeah, go out and play more. I think Eric was cranking out 48 hours a week just on the driving range. He was living it.
Like I said, I think for Eric, you know, he came in originally with the injury, you know, and you can't knock him for going out and trying to go practice.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? But, you know, so...
You're reinforcing bad habits and then compounding on your body.
It's about being smart. I mean, this is a game you play for your whole life.
Yeah.
So if you can do it at an early age and understand where you should be, then...
Yeah.
That's what the TPI involved with this one, to help you guys playing with no injury. Because you can play good, but then the more you play, the more you get injured. Why? Because you know the problem right there. You have too much to make stick the rear up here. You put too much pressure here, and every time you play it, you need to take two FU.
and Ty, it's a lot of consistencies with the kids. That their muscles aren't developed yet. And then I have Drew out here too, who can. What do you shoot over at Linwood? 71, 73, 74 in that range. He can shoot 71. 13 years old.
No.
And I noticed the same thing in his swing, where I can only take it so far, and then it has to get turned over to somebody like Aaron or TPI because his hip's just not working right. So you train him how to shoot par, but then you want him to be consistent. I'm not sure if you're in here or not, but Sean, working with him on the video, it's so obvious that his hip's not working right. And then he's a candidate for, he lives up about an hour north of here, so he'll come down and then trying to get him in with you or somebody near his house with TPI. He had a growth plate, is that considered with with his hip, displaced hip. So he had hip surgery, and he's got a
pin in his hip. You just feel
that's right away. That can tell me it's slow, everything good, but it's very slow rotation. So need to work a lot more rotation here.
That's why I want to make sure he was here to see this, because the data, and for him, it's you know, you can start getting limited as an instructor what you can do for him. Or you can get him there at maybe half the ground in the next year or two, but if we can do it in 4 weeks rather than, yeah.
And also his separation too.
Was it good or was...
It's the same, I can tell you it's his separation. See his pelvic protection is 48, and his chest at the top only 94. So it's not that separation.
So he's not able to get that dexterity.
Yeah, we want to see this one about 30, 35, but this one about 95. So it's more separation at the top.
That's where your X factor, your
more
coil,
separation,
your torque.
The more coil you build, and that meant when you impact, you turn harder.
You have more to use it to change the direction, to uncoil.
Here's the second problem is your hip at impact is only 11 degrees. They require about 35 to 50 degrees at impact. That means that you know at impact you didn't open his one.
And that's the one you
very
in the videos.
Limited of the hip. In this case, I know that the shoulder and the hand, I don't have to worry for now. Just focus on the hip. Hip at the top is not much. It's only 3 degrees, but then here, that's why he not turn. That's why there's no speed at all. Very slow at impact, and it's not far. They don't have distance. You know what? Because I know your problem with the hip. I want to work on the hip at impact. Okay, that's the one thing I want to see it.
So this way you get a feel for where you need to be at. You can hear all the information, but it's nice to be able to feel it.
And now you turn like this. See? That's where a little bit more. I want to see a little bit more. But then you see the problem right there. When you turn, I feel like you put the pressure here. That's wrong. You have to put the pressure inside here. You feel like you have a tension here, so that you're not.
you keep your like a good athletic flex on your legs, so you're not just standing loose and straight.
Right there. Now take away at the top, slowly, and now, and then try to impact it, slowly. Okay, a bit more.
Yeah,
Up.
and do your best with the sequence while you're doing it. Take the top
Yeah.
pause, shift pause, and then clear your hip. There you go. Now bring it down, and then. So that way, while you're working on the drills, you're working on your sequence at the same time. And the big thing here too is with instruction from golf professionals, they're going to teach you how to play golf and shoot lower numbers. And in Sean's case, he can shoot par, Eric can shoot under par, Johnny. And you're looking when you're some that have the goals to get to the next level, play college golf, and you make it easier for them or get to help them achieve their goals. And injury prevention, like in Eric's case, where he had the groin pull or the hip pull. You know, so you can prevent those sort of things with fitness. And that's who wants to work as hard. You know, you got the knowledge to shoot better scores, but you have to, you know, your body's working so hard to do the things that you're being taught, and this make it a lot easier.
So, we did,
Okay, ready? Go.
and I did something.
Okay. Now, all right, sit up.
So Ty, he doesn't have to hit off of fair, right? You can just hit wherever.
Yeah, he can sit up. Yeah, whatever. All right, let's see. Okay, I tell you ready. Okay. Ready, set, go. Here we go, gentlemen. Also on the data here. That says it's a very good alignment, and actually that he stick up. Actually on the pelvic address. Actually you ought too much. I mean the butt stick up a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, the range about 12 to 27. And then
So it needs more or less?
less. I mean that when he not neutral pelvis. I mean that his pelvis is a little bit up here.
Okay.
You have to be in a little bit. So you have to take in and out, and then have to be neutral pelvis. You stick up, that's one. And then you have over rotation on the most of the guy. I see this one. This over rotation is got to be less than 45 on your pelvic turn at the top. So you have over rotation right here. Okay.
What's up, bud?
How you doing? All right?
Yeah. Feeling good. Feeling bud?
So if you get, like, on the
Hey, Doc.
first one you get, if you feel that little bend in here, which they talk about.
Right. It's we have to, normally people do neutral pelvis in and out. It's the odd, and then some people tuck too much, some people odd too much.
Yeah.
So sometimes you see the C or the S.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have to be straight. Important right here is this schematic sequence. This is we have very good hand speed, and actually this one I told you that Rory McIlroy is about 720.
Yeah.
It's really fast rotation.
That's the pelvis rotation?
Yeah, but this is actually it's good because the PGA average is 510. So he actually the more than average. But the sequence is off. This is the one that's the pelvic, 2 is the torso, and 3 is hand. So at the peak sequence, it actually is the torso first. So you have to be hip first at the peak sequence.
So he's leading from the
Yeah,
top.
so transition is good. 1, 2, 3 is good, but then the peak sequence is this one first.
So where's that measuring from, the peak speed?
Yeah.
Right through the hitting
At
area?
the impact.
At impact. So on the change of direction, he's fine, one,
Yeah,
two, three, but not at
transition-
impact.
Transition is good. Transition
Okay.
is the top right here, and it's the impact right here. They have a good separation. This is the example of the PGA graphic.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
efficient example.
See some, so, for example, something like this. So, let's say that you have over rotation, right, John? So what we do, we can put you on exercise and you can do some exercise with, to give you one example. Okay. Now you can go back and try to do exercise. Help him to have a limited of the pelvic rotation. Just don't hit, just do exercise. You want to restrict the pelvis, more turn.
More upward turn.
Yep, more shoulder turn, but pelvis.
Less hips, yeah.
You have too much flexible at the pelvis.
Is that like a good spot for my shoulders?
Yeah. As far as you can get them and restrict your hips.
Now after the exercise we try again. So let's see. Right here.
So I take it back and
Yeah. That's good.
You feel like your hips are more level?
Try to see if you can squeeze more shoulder turn while you're doing that. So less hips, more shoulders. And
Trying to get a name and stats when I was first starting to teach. I was
But again, the same thing with this. Okay, let's try to fix that the neutral privilege, right? So we go
so you
here.
pull your rear a little under.
So you're gonna give him something to address now.
Yeah, see, now you stand up, right? No, just keep your club here at the dress. Now try to step the butt in a little bit more inside. That's it.
There you go, now you're in the green zone.
Yeah, that's it. A little bit bend more, but then stick in neutral pelvic. What you do is look at me. See, you find the neutral pelvic, right? Stand up right here in the neutral, right? And then you stick, tuck in, and out, and then right here. That's actually the neutral. A little bit more.
You're gonna stagnant booty.
Do for me about 20. 20.
Yeah, nothing in that trunk, homie.
And then we do another 10 reps for the pelvic turn.
When you're in college, you
Yeah.
know how to twerk yet?
No, just I would rather Johnny, just hold the club here, just try to restrict the hip. Yeah. Do about 40. No, about 40. Yeah. Don't do more than that. Up. You have to hold for 3 seconds. The practice do one in the range. I want to see the. So now you restrict your hip. Now it's actually right on the spot.
Right.
Before it's 56. Before it's over rotate. See right here, that's perfect. The shoulder. I would rather see the shoulder turn a little bit more, at least about 90.
And that's what you'll have to do to stretch it out, since you're not used to it. Now you got to stretch your trunk out.
Yeah, because now he restrict the hip, but then this will not really turn.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the